just a sec. And make sure I get rid of that glare. And then I have it on your face yet. Every time I do this, it moves. How does Mark do this by himself? Stay there.
I have to look away from it. It's so bright.
It's really not wanting to there. Okay. And I'm going to just do this a little bit, and then I'm going to shut up and give you a 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. I'm Peggy Casson, and I'd like to read a story to you about The First Christmas by Marcia Williams. Many, many days and nights ago, in the far-off town of Nazareth, a woman named Mary knelt in prayer. An angel called Gabriel came down in a cloud of golden light. "Fear not, Mary, for God has favored you. You will bear a son and call him Jesus. He will be great, and his kingdom will never end." An angel also visited Joseph, Mary's betrothed, to bring him the good news and ask him to care for Mary and the baby. Soon Mary and Joseph were married and shared a great feast with their friends. Then Joseph, who was a carpenter, made a crib and wooden toys for Jesus, and Mary sewed swaddling clothes and blankets, and soon all was ready for the birth. But Jesus was not to be born at home. The mighty Roman emperor ordered that everyone should return to their hometown in order to pay their taxes. Joseph's family came from Bethlehem, 70 miles from Nazareth. Although it was winter and the baby was nearly due, Joseph and Mary had to go to Bethlehem. Sadly, Mary packed the food and mounted their donkey, and the journey to Bethlehem was long and tiring, and some days were rainy and some were windy. At night, the air was bitterly cold. It took Mary and Joseph several days to reach the lights of Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, the streets were crowded, and there were many travelers, and all the inns were full. Joseph knocked on one door, and then another, and another, and another, but the answer was always the same: "No room, no room, no room at the inn." Tears came to Mary's eyes. Their donkey was so tired. And at last the kind innkeeper took pity on them. He showed them to his stable. "You can sleep here," he said. "My ox and ass will keep you warm." Mary and Joseph were very grateful. They filled the manger with straw to make a crib for Jesus, and then they lay down to rest. During the night, the baby was born. Meanwhile, in a field close by, shepherds sat guarding their sheep. All at once they heard singing, and the angel Gabriel descended into their midst. The shepherds were terrified. "Fear not," said Gabriel, "for I bring you tidings of great joy. Jesus, our Savior, is born this very night in Bethlehem." The shepherds were very excited. They left their sheep and went into Bethlehem, guided by a bright light. There they found baby Jesus and knelt before him in wonder. 3 wise men from the east saw a shining star. They knew its meaning and prepared to follow it in search of the Son of God. Casper, Melchior, and Balthazar followed the star for miles and miles until at last it led them to Bethlehem. There they found Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus. They knelt in worship, offering gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The people of Bethlehem saw this and also knelt in worship. Young and old alike were filled with joy now that Jesus, the Savior, was born. Since that day, Christians all over the world remember the birthday of Jesus. We call this special day Christmas. All over the world, bells sing out and ring out, and people go to church to give thanks to God for the birth of Jesus Christ. At this happy time of year, we sing carols and give presents. We invite our friends and family to help us celebrate. They join us for Christmas dinner, and we wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.